back. I might need to put another shirt on. We don't want any slip-ups. Yeah, I gotta keep everything kind of locked away. Oops. Yeah, not really sure what we're doing now. Just kind of relaxing. Oh god. That was a workout. I'm still recovering. Jeez. Whew. Talk about working the body. We earned some cooldown time. Oh, yeah, I'm still recovering. Oh my god, I still freaking feel it. I'm gonna feel this today. I'm definitely gonna feel it tomorrow. Might have to take tomorrow off. I really, literally just started Pilates today. I'm probably gonna do a lighter workout tomorrow. cold water is actually still hot. Turn off the AC before it resets the breaker again. Your tongue can't reach past chin. Ah, that hurts. Oh my goodness. All over you, y'all. All over you, lol. All over you, lol. All over you. That's an awesome name. It's like all over you. How you doing, Ellie? Ellie Weaver. Oh. Yeah, sorry, your name is inappropriate. Inappropriate name, sorry. Gay Skylamer. Yeah, you're banned, sorry. Yeah, you're banned too. Yeah, I mean, it's a really quick way to get a ban. Really quick way to get a ban. Sorry, buddy. Not sorry. Where's my hairbrush? Where is my hairbrush? Where is my hairbrush? Yeah, I might end the stream in a bit, but go live somewhere else. Maybe. Probably not. Maybe. I don't know. Yikes. I don't think I'm supposed to mention. I don't think I can mention that. Forget what I said. We're not ending the stream ever. Our sponsors don't want us to end the stream. Sorry, they called me and they said, I just talked to the sponsors. They said, Rebecca, you can't end the stream yet, so I'm sorry, I lied. We're gonna keep going. I'm gonna have to like shower in a bit, but I'm kind of waiting for a while. Just kind of chilling, hanging out with you guys. Probably not gonna wash my hair this time. Probably just rinse it. Cause I've been shampooing like a lot lately. But honestly, like I think it's actually really important. I'm starting to get these little clumps of matted hair out. And I don't want to do too much because I don't want to pull my hair out. Like all of it. Obviously being like light brunette or like dark blonde, whatever my hair is. I think it's brunette. Honestly, I don't think this is blonde. Like, pretty sure my natural hair is brunette. When I was a kid, it was blonde. And then it got darker and darker as I got older. I think my parents actually have like dark hair. Like brown hair. Like dark brown hair. And me and my sister have lighter brown hair. Hey, Lazy. Good to see you. I saw your follow on Twitter and on all that stuff. I appreciate the follows, and make sure to retweet all my stuffs. Especially on my other accounts. Which, I don't know, like, especially, like, I'm actually trying to figure out what I want to do for my Instagram. I have a hard time figuring out what to do for my Instagram, but I'm not really focused on Instagram at the moment, I guess. Kind of more focused on, I don't know, I'm kind of focused on myself, mostly. Not really focused on growing my career and my brand. Unfortunately, I just don't think it's really like, I have higher priorities right now, unfortunately, but I think I will eventually get to a point. I'm going to try to at least grow my brand a little bit. Oh yeah, yeah, I didn't realize, well, the other day too, I got a 24-hour ban for self-promo, which is like, I kind of got off easy. Because it's like, when I first joined, there was no rule against self-promo. And people were self-promoing. And so, like, I didn't realize in June 1st, they added that to the rules. I think they added it when they did the OTK Gamer Expo. I didn't see the OTK Game Expo. I think they added that for that because they had a huge influx of people. And nobody told me until it was too late. So that's probably why I got off with a warning. Either way, I don't know. I'm not trying to get banned. I'm just like trying to share myself with the community, and I'm glad that you found me. I'm not like trying to just spam like, hey, follow my links. Like, I'm not trying to do that. I just want people. I want people in my stream who, like, you know, want to be in my stream, and I'm trying to grow. You know, I've been trying to grow for like 3 years. It's crazy. I feel like I have a superpower with the parasocial side of things. I feel like I'm really engaged with the parasocial, but I gotta be careful with that. I don't want any stalkers. That's why I usually nip that in the bud pretty soon. Once people start to act like they're like they think that I'm their girlfriend or whatever, I kind of say, sorry, this is all for entertainment. I don't like leading people on. I shouldn't have to be like that. Like, honestly, I should be able to do what I want for my entertainment. Like, you know, you're putting on a show. You know, you're acting as a character. You should be allowed to just, like, you know, like if you like Dr. Disrespect, for example, he puts on a total character, like everywhere he goes. Like, you know, he's got this, you know, the outfit. He's got the reflective sunglasses, and the whole like character that he's built. You know, like, he shouldn't have to, like, say, oh, by the way, guys, this is just a character. Like, no, when you break character, it like, ruins the mood of his particular brand. And so it's like, I don't know, I shouldn't have to, like, break the fourth wall on my brand, which is, like, I'm your virtual girlfriend or friend, whatever you want. I don't know. But I'm not like your actual girlfriend, you know, we're kind of friends, but not really. I'm not gonna be your friend. We're not gonna hang out. But, like, you know, it just sucks because for my safety, I have to like nip that in the bud, because I've noticed, like, so many women, especially, have gone through this thing where it's like people think that they have some kind of romantic involvement, and it's like, I'm just like, you know, I have to nip that in the bud and say, like, you know, this is just for fun. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna date you. And yeah, it does mean I'm probably going to get less viewers and followers or subscribers or whatever you want to call them. But in the end of the day, I need to think about my safety, and I also want to think about my viewers' mental health as well. It's not really healthy to like think that somebody's going to date you just because like you gave them $5 or whatever. That's not really healthy, and I want my viewers to be healthy. That's why we did Pilates earlier. Oh yeah, I do wall of text. I have a history of doing walls of text. I think that's why they kind of they keep giving. I feel like I don't want to get banned. I'm not trying to like skirt around the rules. I'm just kind of being myself, and I've been told in the past that it's fine. I just don't want to get things into too personal venting. I usually do that on Asmongold Discord. There's a specific venting channel. But even then, I don't know. Sometimes I just open up Discord and whatever channel it's in, I feel comfortable typing in, and it's really kind of a bad habit of mine. Is I just go into whatever channel I feel like, and I just start typing. It's really kind of frustrating. I have those emotes. What are those? Oh, I turned off Chatterino's ability to look at the information for them. To zoom in. I mean, it kind of works better because if I hover, if I hover over emotes and it just gets bigger, it kind of upsets Chatterino. I don't know. Yeah, either way, I got my Pilates workout for the day. We got 100 messages today. And not even any spam. We got some freaking weirdos, but I took care of them really quick. It's really hard to hate raid me now. I got a lot of stuff set up to deny hate raiders their little kick. You know, I set up Fossabot. There's still going to be some who get through, but you know, that's a lot easier. I don't really have any mods. I have a couple mods, but they're not always here. I don't expect them to always be here. I stream so sporadically, and honestly, I'm such a small streamer. I'm pretty much my own mod, you know? Phone verification, yeah, but then it's like that bothers you know all the casual users, you know, who aren't, you know. It limits a lot of people who would join. Honestly, I shouldn't really care too much about that, but it's definitely not going to stop YouTube or Facebook or I mean, Facebook kind of has its own self-limitations because people have to use their real name, which I don't think is a big deal. I'm using my real name, and a whole bunch of people use their real name. Anybody who's using who's chatting in like Facebook Live is using their real name. So it's like, I think like out of everything that you could possibly dox yourself with on the internet, I feel like it's kind of like if somebody has your full real name and they want to like do bad things, they already have way more information than your full name anyway. Like I don't think it really matters as far as that goes. I think it's a matter of like personal comfort with like how much you want to put yourself online. I've basically, since I was like 12 years old, have like put my entire identity online, and I'm like 34 now, so you do the math. 22 years of putting my entire soul onto the internet, you know? It's not a common name at all, actually. I'm the only Rebecca Lauren that pops up on Google. On a Google search, there's like 2 other Rebecca Laurens that are like have an online presence. Yeah, and honestly, the thing is the bad people, it's already too late. It's already too late because I accidentally doxed my address to the worst people possible. So it doesn't really matter at this point. The bad people already have my information. So it's like, it's not going to get worse when the worst people already have it. Like, I'm talking like Nazis, weird 4chan deep divers, Kiwi farms, like lolcow. Like, those are already the worst people to have, like, as people who know who you are. So it's like, how can it get worse, you know? I don't care so much about regular hate. Like, I mean, it does get tiring, but like, I don't really care so much about like the non-Nazis. Like, if people are just gonna be like, hey, like, you're stupid, let me make a Reddit thread about you on LSF. I don't give a fuck about that. In fact, make your fucking LSF videos. I don't give a fuck. I need more viewers. I need, like, come on. Like, please talk shit about me. As long as you're not like those fucking crazy weirdos, I don't care. Like, those crazy weirdos are already there. Okay? And they're like a very small percentage of the internet. Like, honestly, they all kind of circle jerk each other. They're like, they go on free speech platforms or whatever. There's like 1,000 of them. And they exist across all those platforms, pretty much. Yeah, good or bad, exposure is exposure, baby. I need to be exposed. I don't want to expose myself. I'll get banned. I can't get canceled. I mean, I've kind of got canceled by the LGBTQ community. I think because I'm not canceling anybody. I don't try to. I defend people like Asmongold. I think the trans, especially trans Twitter. I think trans Twitter canceled me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. My career's over. Trans Twitter canceled me. I don't think they canceled me. I think most people are decent people. I think most, especially like most people see trans people. They see the really loud ones, and they're just hella cringe. And that's not because they're trans. It's because they're like hella cringe. Because there's, believe it or not, there's some people who aren't very mentally stable on the internet. Those people exist. I mean, who'd have thunk it? That there's weirdos on the internet who just are really cringe. Who would have thunk it? But no, these people, they circle jerk each other. They're basically the same core group of people, and they basically one size fits all. They're transphobic, they're homophobic, they're racist. They're all the same people. And they might make like hate raid like bot accounts, but it's the same exact people. And if they do illegal stuff, they start getting arrested and they start like diminishing. They try to recruit other people, but like honestly, I feel like there's going to be a period of time now. I think they're going to really start cracking down on places like 4chan. Yeah, Link to the Past, one of my favorite Super Nintendo games. And you gotta. Oh, I thought that was Peepo doing a pot friend. I feel like the government's gonna start in the United States is really gonna should really start cracking down on like places like 4chan and Kiwi Farms, because it's literally just a place for like racists and transphobic people and homophobic people, incel types, people who are gonna fat shame people or whatever. Like, it's the same core group of people. And, like, I feel like there's going to be some crackdowns on it, because if you can't do this kind of stuff in public, like in the real world, why should you be allowed to do it on the internet, which is also a public place that is a direct part of our lives in today's age? So it's like, if you can't just go up to random people and shout in their face, like, obscenity, like, slurs and stuff, that's, like, literally, like, that's, like, against the law. Like, people should start going to jail, honestly. Like, I know people, it's so easy to just dismiss it, but honestly, it leads to a lot of problems when you just let these people just circle jerk on 4chan and shit. Like, there should be a clear message that that's not okay. That you can't just, like, try to get people to kill themselves. Like, that's literally illegal. And honestly, I grew a really tough skin. You have to as a streamer. Even a small micro streamer like me. Because I get those hate raids because I happen to be trans and a woman, and it just brings all the transphobic people, it brings all the incel types, and like honestly, it probably even brings the racist types, because they're probably gonna make some comment about my face because I'm like have a very small amount of Cherokee in me. Like, I don't know. People have said shit like that before. Or my nose, I mean, I don't know. Normal kind of toxic behavior doesn't really affect me as bad as the really malicious shit. Like, I don't care so much if people are gonna be like, hey, like, your nose is big, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna be getting surgery in November to make it like more feminine, okay? Like, they're like, oh, your eyebrows too big. I mean, that's kind of transphobic, but in the end of the day, like, that's also kind of, people do that to cisgender people too. Like, people talk about, like, XQC, for example. Like, they look at, they say, like, oh, you're Goblino. And people have called me Goblina. Or they say, like, oh, your nose, or whatever. I think I have the volume too loud. Okay. Yeah, it's fine now. I think maybe a little bit less. Okay. Unsung heroes. Gato through the heart. I keep grabbing this like it's water. It's not water. It's castor oil. Don't drink it. It'll probably give you diarrhea. Or worse. This water's so hot. It was supposed to be cold water. Oh well. Yeah, I don't know. There's so many things that people will just like troll people about. Honestly, I don't care so much anymore. People say, oh, it's shameless or whatever if you do like sexualized behavior or whatever. You know, even, you know, obviously, like, I don't go on Twitch to be sexual. Like, I got other platforms for that, okay? Like, you know, but, I can't always do that anyway. It's really kind of, it takes a lot of endurance. It's not as easy as people think it is. Just like streaming. Streaming video games, like, day in and day out, or even just chatting. Like, doing streaming, like, is so much harder than people, like, think it is. Like, so many people, I doubt they would even, they've even, like, put themselves on camera, like, and put themselves out there. Like, most of the people who are like, oh, you know, it's shameful what you're doing, you're sexualizing your body. People do it to women all the time. I don't know if you're, how new to Twitch you are, but, like, people have been shaming women. Like, they're, like, back in 2019, I've been watching a lot of clips from 2019, because I started streaming in 2019, like, when I started really streaming. And I kind of paid attention, like, kind of a cursory glance at, like, what was going on in the Twitch culture. I didn't really know any of the other of the streamers. I kind of just played chess. And I kind of paid attention to the chess category pretty much only. Like, Botez, GM Hikaru, Gotham Chess, you know, like, all the, you know, chess.com, all that kind of stuff. Etc., etc. I was kind of focused on that because I was, like, really focused on chess, and I was, like, teaching chess to kids. So that was kind of my thing. And I didn't really know about, like, Twitch culture. That kind of came later, unfortunately. No, I don't know. I'm really fascinated by, like, all the stuff that all the different streamers call me parasocial, but I think there's a healthy way to be parasocial, which is just kind of, like, respecting, staying in your lane and, like, respecting other creators and possibly even working with other creators. I don't know. I really want to work with other creators. It's really hard for me, though. There's a bunch of streamers, especially in the alpha. I have an alpha pass for Immortal Gates of Pyre, which is an RTS game. I haven't played in a while, though, because it's hard to find people to collab with. It's in like alpha. You know, it's gonna be a while. Yeah, I mean, everybody's parasocial to some extent. But I feel like it's bad when it gets really, like, toxic. There's, like, a difference between toxic behavior and non-toxic behavior. I think most reasonable people understand that, like, most reasonable people understand that there's a difference between, like, respecting a creator or another creator, if you are a creator yourself, and, like, kind of, like, following along their career and, like, you know, cheering them on and stuff like that, and kind of, like, saying, hey, I can relate to what they're saying, I can relate to that person, hey, you know, like, I see these people hanging out, it kind of makes you feel like you want to hang out with them, but then that feeling, in a healthy way, it reminds you of, like, hey, I want to hang out with my friends, because I'm seeing them do it, why am I sitting on my computer watching them hang out with their friends, and then you turn off the computer and you go hang out with your friends. And it's good, it doesn't mean you shouldn't watch them, it just means, like, I feel like streamers have a very special job where they kind of like, I mean, they're influencers. So it's like you influence people to, you know, to like by showing them like certain entertainment, making them laugh or educating them about things, or even just kind of like having like a bunch of stuff happening that, that kind of triggers a lot of stuff to happen in people to make them live healthier lives. Obviously, you can't guarantee that, and you can't impose that on people, but it's gonna happen for a certain percentage of viewers. It happened to me. Like I was involved with streaming, and I would hang out in the Botez chat a lot, and I would like learn chess and stuff, and I would like hang out, and I got a little bit parasocial there, and it didn't really, you know, honestly, like it's fine, and everybody, including the Botez sisters themselves, told me it's like not a problem at all. Like that, like, you know, and then as I learned from streaming myself, even with my small amount of viewers, I'm nowhere near as toxic as some of those parasocial people. Okay, like, and also I've seen so many women's like unban requests and stuff like that. There's some really freaking nasty shit out there. I'm nowhere near that. Okay, I just respect and am inspired by the Botez sisters. They really skyrocketed their career. It's very inspiring, and honestly, you know, like I've been, you know, like I don't know, I've been reached out by Alex Botez and like, you know, in the past, and you know, like invited me to tournaments, you know, all women tournaments, and you know, she was very affirming of my gender. She's like super supportive of trans community and women in general, and it's like I felt like this really strong like connection, but I was like, I don't want to be like, she's not my friend. Like, you know, she's a streamer. And as much as I'd like to be friends with streamers, I mean, maybe one day, I don't want to like say no, like maybe not friends, but like, you know, maybe like coworkers to an extent. If I ever like kind of got bigger as a streamer, but that's different. That's like, that's work. And I don't know, like I don't want to discount anything. It's possible I could, maybe it's like, maybe it would just like not even be friends at all. Maybe just some people don't mesh really well. That's how it works. Sometimes, like, you know, they say never meet your heroes or whatever. I think to an extent that's true, but I also think that, you know, in the end of the day, sometimes you just can't be friends with certain people. And honestly, you shouldn't try, especially if it's streamers. Yeah, you don't have a delusion that you're gonna like hook up with them. You can be like friends, but it's like pen pals. And I try to treat it like that. Like until proven otherwise. Like it's one thing if somebody reaches out to you and they want to collab, and then maybe they want to be like, you know, kind of have like a working relationship, and maybe they want to have friends, but that shouldn't be your goal. Your goal should just be to stay in your own lane and just kind of go with the flow, you know? Like if you're going to work with people as a streamer, like I doubt like I would ever be you know, I'm such a micro streamer. I doubt like any big streamers would want to work with me. It would be awesome. I would love to, you know, especially if there's coaching involved. I work really well with one-on-one coaching. Like if somebody corrects something for me, I like make that correction like immediately as best as I can. And sometimes it's harder than other things, but for the most part, like I'm able to be coached for things really well. I'm a lifelong like musician. I've had private lessons for that, and I've been told by my instructor when I was learning clarinet in college that he really likes how I'm constantly adjusting to improve, even while I'm playing, almost to a fault. But like honestly, like if I'm playing clarinet and like I notice that I'm tightening too much, or if like I'm flinging my fingers too much, or I need to adjust to make it easier to hold or something like that. But you know, there's a difference between being somebody's friend online and being friends in real life. That's something completely different. And I feel like, you know, you kind of like, that's a case by case basis. It might happen, it might not happen. I don't think it's healthy to like try to make that happen. I think that's just something that just happens. Honestly, I would really like to meet all the famous streamers. You know, but I don't think they would be friends with me. But you know, honestly, I don't like trying to control things like that. I kind of just like, I kind of just like letting things happen and staying on my own lane, because I have my own friends, I have my own life, and then I have my own like online presence, and my own career. Challenge you to raise your legs 30 seconds? Not gonna do that, sorry. Yeah. No, I've been here for 3 years. I kind of know all that stuff by now, okay? Like... I know your tricks, okay? You can't bait me. I'm the master baiter. Asmongold reference. I could play like Nina Williams if there was like a live action like Tekken movie. It'd totally be Nina Williams. Or it could be Cammy from Street Fighter. I could do some cosplay. And one day I'm gonna, when I can afford it, and when I have like the proper, like I really want to have like a studio set up so I could do like cosplay. Like I want to like a studio set up for my stream one day, someday. Like if I can grow big enough as a career somewhere, whatever that is, whether it's streaming or content creation or even something unrelated, who knows? Like maybe something like programming, which I've been a programmer, like I've been studying code like my entire life, but I never really got good enough. I've never really had a reason to. I can't really get a job anyway. I'm autistic, and it prevents me from a lot of things. And a lot of that is like, it really kind of limits me as a content creator too, because it's hard for me to actually collab with people. I can make it happen if it's scheduled, but like a lot of the times, it's still really hard for me to do. Because it's like I feel pressured because I have to show up at that time. And I have to like, you know, also like I have to be considerate of the other streamer. I have to follow their rules. Like we need to set ground rules. And if it's on my stream, it's one thing. But if it's on somebody else's stream, that's completely different. Because I don't want to disrespect their stream. You know what I mean? Oh God. Yeah, some people might not have read the terms of service. It's kind of unfortunate. Usually what happens, you have to be really careful when you have guests on your stream, because sometimes your guests don't understand that you can't do certain things. And people have been banned for that. So I make a point, anybody who shows up on my stream, I make sure they know the TOS. Like all my friends, like I'm gonna get my friends started in streaming. And I emphasize, so, I mean, he doesn't really have friends like that. We don't have friends like that in our group. We don't have people who just like rip off their shirts and stuff like that. We don't have those kind of friends. And they're generally pretty rated like PG or PG-13. They're actually like they're even like safer than me for the most part. But I told my friend, like, make sure that anybody on your stream understands the TOS, because you are the sole responsibility of what shows up on your stream. No, you know, you need to make sure that if you're gonna put someone on your stream, they have to know the rules. And you have to have kill switches. Like I have this kill switch. It turns off desktop audio. It switches to a new scene. And the scene is completely empty, and the hotkey itself also simultaneously mutes all microphones, disables the camera. There's no camera even listed on the scene. It also mutes the desktop audio. And I'm pretty sure it also mutes alerts. I mean, there's no alerts on that scene, so it mutes everything. It's a completely, and also I also have scroll lock. If I hold down scroll lock, it you know, keeps everything else on. But it mutes the desktop audio. So if somebody's on Discord and they're starting to be weird champ, I just hold down scroll lock. Yeah. And I can also switch to different mics. So if I want to go like this, I can. Because if I do that here, like it's weird. Like, and I use my gaming mouse for that. I have hotkeys. This one switches to no filters on the mic, which is a different mic. It's a completely different mic setup, but it's the same microphone. And then I have this one with a different set of filters and EQ. And I even have reverb as an option, but I don't have it on now. Because I use that one for like playing flute or clarinet or saxophone or trumpet or anything. This one is unfiltered. It has no noise filters. This one is the same. It just has noise filters, just for chatting. Yeah, and you don't want to show your burger on stream, okay? Or your hot dog. I have like a halfway burger, halfway hot dog. But it will be a full burger, okay, next year. It will be a full burger. Hopefully without cheese. She's got jokes. She's not very funny, though. She makes herself laugh. Fast food. I'm glad you're entertained enough to stick around. Sometimes I actually kind of have an issue where it's like, I don't understand sometimes that sometimes people enjoy things even though I don't think they do. It's actually kind of an issue. I need to have a lot more confidence in myself. Because what happens, I feel like everybody thinks I'm stupid. Or everybody thinks I'm like not funny. Or not attractive. Or whatever. Like I have this idea in my mind. It's been something I've been trying to unlearn. Honestly, it's from a lifetime of bullying. And I could say, you know, it was out of my control. But I have control now. I have control of how I move forward. Which is, you know, trying to build positivity in my life. Eating healthy, exercising, going to therapy every week. You know, I'm really working on my life too. I'm connected to like a caseworker or care manager. That kind of does an all-encompassing thing. Like she helps make sure that she reminds me, like she texts me to make sure I do my laundry. She'll show up and help work with me to make sure I can do things that move my life forward, like filling out paperwork. Or even, like I said, even just reminding me to do it myself, which most of the time I will, but it requires like some accountability, and she's basically my accountability. It's her job. And, you know, like, I am trying to work on trying to get like a transportation service, because I will need reliable transportation in November for my surgery, because I have to get to San Francisco a couple times, and it's really kind of hard. Because I don't really have anybody who can like do that. They'd have to like take time off work and stuff. And I'm like, you know, this is kind of an important surgery. I really wish people would, you know, take a day off work to help that. But I can't force that. I can't, you know, obviously I could get angry at them, but what's that going to do? I don't want to do that to my friends. I can't expect them to do anything. Also, I think it's more reliable if it's like somebody's job to do that. You know, it's like, if it's like a medical service that like drives you to your appointments, like that's more reliable anyway. I just really hope that nothing goes wrong on my surgery day. I have to get there the night before, and so it's not going to be an issue. They're going to do it first thing in the morning. It's going to take like 5 hours, and then I guess like I stay the rest of the day, and then they release me. I mean, they're doing some like you know, get some like they're gonna get like a freaking belt sander on my, they're gonna peel my face off, get a belt sander. They're gonna get a freaking belt sander and freaking clean some things up, okay? But you know, the doctor actually reminded me, even though like the videos I saw had a lot of blood, because there's a lot of blood vessels in here, because this is a really important spot. But actually, it's very surface level. Like all the stuff they do for the facial feminization, obviously it's gonna be really freaking swollen and hurt. And it's gonna feel like really uncomfortable for a while. But like honestly, the doctor was saying it's really just like surface level stuff. They don't go into any vital areas. Like they're not going into my brain or whatever. Like it's just outer, like external areas. Like some stuff, mostly stuff on the orbital bone. They're gonna like kind of because I do hide it a lot, but I do have some issues with my hairline. Not like terrible issues, but it's enough to like cause me like problems mentally. In general, I've been trying to accept this face for years and years and years, and I can't. And so now I have the option to get a very expensive surgery, and it's covered for me from insurance. You know, and I'm gonna take it. You know, it took me a long time to even get that surgery set on the calendar. Like it took 2 years, and the other surgery too. I'm on the wait list. It's not even on the calendar yet, but I have a bunch of homework to do. Like I have 2 out of 6 months of hair removal, and I'm also after all that and after a proper amount of time, I'm also going to get electrolysis just to make extra sure that no hair grows down there. Okay, because once they have the surgery, they cannot get access to that ever again. And if there's hair growing, it causes like bad odors and all sorts of stuff. Recovery time for facial feminization, most of the swelling can go down between 2 to 6 weeks, but it generally takes a whole year to like have everything settle down. And either way, the whole year next year is going to be preparation for another surgery. So it's like, I'm kind of like in this state of existence where I'm just like, have you ever seen Hunter x Hunter? Like, I don't want to give too many spoilers, but at one point, during a point, they get like a timeout, and they have to like spend like a few days or something, like 24 hours, in like a chamber, like where they just play video games and stuff, and like they can't, the anime or the manga or the reboot anime. I only saw the original anime, which ended right at the end of Greed Island. And because the manga hadn't even gotten past that. Because the manga, the artist took a lot of time off. Apparently he was dealing with schizophrenia. Yeah, apparently the artist is schizophrenic. I mean, not apparently, like, he's actually schizophrenic. And it was having, like, some mental health issues. And so it took him a long time to actually finish it. And unfortunately, Kentaro Miura, the writer and, the artist for, of Berserk, he died before it finished. I didn't even get that. I have a lot of Berserk to get through. I'm just going to start over from the beginning next time I read it, but who is schizophrenic? I forget the artist. The creator of Hunter x Hunter. I'm pretty sure, because I remember reading about it, that like the reason why it took a few months in between each chapter, like a single like 26-page chapter or whatever, took like multiple months before he would even release it. Yeah, Hunter x Hunter notes shed light on creators' health. The artist who helmed Yu Yu Hakusho back in the day has suffered from chronic debilitating oh, that's back page. I thought he was also schizophrenic. Oh, and he hasn't even finished the series. Is this a Mandela effect? Because I swear, there was something about him having schizophrenia. Yeah, Berserk is amazing. Unfortunately, Kentaro Miura died. And he like was friends with like Susumu Hirasawa and like I think he was like actual IRL friends with like Susumu Hirasawa and the voice actress for Keska. What, Casca? The Japanese voice actress. Or maybe this was misinformation. I have no idea. I don't like it's just Reddit information. Who knows? I guess it's just burnout. They do have inhuman like mangakas are basically like streamers, like to the hardcore. Like they like work every single day to get like weekly releases. It's absolutely insane. So I don't know if there's who's the manga artist who has schizophrenia. Okay, so Yoshihiro Togashi, that's the same artist. So he does have schizophrenia. Wait, what? Oh, never mind. You know what's funny? Is he did in Greed Island, he did a character just like this, and it's just himself. Like, he did a character just like this. There was like a character in Greed Island that was literally this. Or maybe this was staged just to make it. I don't know. You know, creative people can usually, I mean, don't always live like this, but you notice like the most creative people in the world, like sometimes like just don't even take care of basic hygiene thing, like basic cleaning and stuff like that, because they're so busy working on their creative stuff, like playing Super Mario 3. I do try to keep things clean. It's just really hard for me. It's autism. For me. I try to get out of it. Like I said earlier, the way autism works, and it was described to me by my therapist too, is that there's a point B, and everybody starts at point A, and you're trying to get to point B. And neurotypical people who aren't autistic or anything, they go straight to B. And autistic people like me, or people with ADHD or anything like that, any neurodivergent person, they have to go to C and to D and to E and to F and back to C and then maybe back to A, and then maybe they kind of make their way to B. And it's completely contextual. It's completely depending on the individual and what skills they've already learned. I've been forced to learn a lot of skills to integrate into social structures because I went my whole life until I was 31 without a diagnosis, and it created a lot of really bad mental health effects in order to survive, which means externally people can't always tell that I'm autistic, but people don't really understand unless you're memeing on the internet, like talking about spurging or whatever. Like, unless you're memeing about it, like true autism, like it's completely internal to the individual's brain. And you can't see it. Not all the time. Sometimes it has like emerging properties. Like you can say like the effects of it. Like, you know, like you can definitely tell if I'm having like if me or any autistic person is having like an actual like complete meltdown and we start shaking and stimming and stuff like that. But well, I'm pansexual and I'm trans. Try to use more sensitive terminology, please. But you might be from a different country, so I only gave you a 1-minute timeout. Yeah, I don't know how long I'm just gonna hang out and stream. I don't think I'm gonna game today. I already did my workout. I did my stream earlier. Might just, I'm just kind of chilling until I feel like I want to just end the stream and take a shower and enjoy the rest of my day, you know? I usually try to stay live as, you know, when I can. But there's a lot of stuff I need to do off stream, you know? Oh, you're also an NMP fan. Oh, that's another person's emote. For a second, I thought that was from NMP. I guess it's someone else's. Oh, Lakari. Okay. Yeah, I like all the OTK and friends. It's actually like I don't know. I feel like the most enjoyment from that community, like that community of streamers and that community of stream viewers. Like, obviously, there's always some weird champs, but you know, in the end of the day, like I enjoy the streamers, and I like how they connect with each other, almost like they're friends. Maybe they are friends. They're probably friends. I mean, if all you do is stream and that's your entire life, and all your friends are streamers, like if you work with a lot of other streamers. Is there really any functional difference between that and friends? I think there is a little bit. But I also think, like, you know, some people are just workaholics, and I think some people, you know, E-Rob was actually talking about it on a clip yesterday that I saw about how, like, pretty much, like, they're, like, not really, like, he said, oh, it's okay, like, people in, like, Austin aren't really fun to hang out with because they only talk about streaming, they only care about streaming. Like, honestly, like, I think that's perfectly fine, but I mean, not, you know, most people who just, like, who aren't, like, completely 100% about streaming, or, you know, it's the same thing, like, if you're just, like, if your life is your career, it's only, like, you pretty much only spend time with people who also are a part of that. Like, you're both on a path towards the same goal, and you only, like, associate with other people who do that. I don't think there's any problem with that. In fact, I'm like an extreme workaholic. I'm like talking to my friend about like OTK and stuff, like, and about streaming. He wants to get into streaming so we can do VR, and also just like do and he wants to do film production for YouTube and stuff. And honestly, I can't wait for a day when we have the resources to actually get back to making like films, because in high school we used to make like silly movies. And I really miss that. And like when I watch like what OTK does for their productions, I really like what they do. And I think there's obviously it's gonna get, you know, it can only get better. You know, you just keep improving on what you've done in the past. I really like that. I'm like a complete workaholic, and I want to do that with my friends because we used to do that back in high school. And it's like I'd like to get up to a point in my life where I can actually have the resources available to be able to do that again. Because I don't really have the resources right now. Yeah, it's great streamers, and it's not just the org itself. It's also the people associated with the org, and they have like orbiters come in. And honestly, people can nitpick like whether or not somebody's just trying to get clout or whatever. Like, obviously you're trying to get clout. You're literally a streamer. That's your job. Okay? Like, there's no problem with trying to get clout. That's literally the job. Like, now off stream and stuff, you know, that's unique to the individual. I'm not going to judge somebody for, like, you know, being more clout chasey off stream or whatever. But honestly, I just try to stay in my own lane. Like, yeah, I'm trying to clout chase any way I can within reason. I don't want to do anything illegal or anything that's, like, shady. I don't want anybody to lose respect. Like, honestly, it's kind of, you know, I don't want to do anything that's going to, like, I don't know, damage any potential future, you know, career opportunities. Like, you know, not just because of that, but, like, literally because I'm a good person. Like, that was weird. It fell. As soon as I said that, it's like my laundry fell. I need to do more laundry. I did all my underwear. Hmm. Yeah, no, it's not. I don't have a pet. You know, like people were like all freaking crazy about like Alinity. Like, obviously, you know, it's just weird. You know, I know from firsthand experience, people see like a less that like a very like not very savory thing happen on stream. It happened to me with my dad, and it was very negative, and it got and like you know it got directed. You know, I deleted the VOD, but it was too late because like this guy Frank Hassel found it, and he made like a whole video about it using only my clips. So really, it was just using footage that I already had. So it wasn't really about the video itself. I mean, it kind of was because he painted it in a narrative that was like saying this person is mentally disturbed, and with like dark music playing and weird effects that made it look really weird. And he directed it to an entire group of like alt-right people, like people that are very transphobic, and like on 4chan people. You know what I mean? Like people who are basically like Nick Fuentes. Unfortunately, that guy has also seen it. But like these people are so insignificant, they will never have a career. Honestly, because at some point they're just gonna lose their entire platform. Even you know, those free speech platforms are eventually gonna get cracked down by the government, because when you start having people like post like really nasty, like hateful calls to action of like trying to get people to like kill themselves, or like post like CP or like just gore, like absolute like violent content, like there's a problem. Like there's certain things that just aren't safe for life, you know. Unfortunately, sometimes like reality, like sometimes you have to, like if you go off to war and you have to kill people because you're a soldier and you have to see like really terrible things, but nobody should have to see that. You know, nobody should have to see that. And there's just some terrible things out there, and these free speech people, all they want to do is just hate on people for like to like dogpile and like harass people until they either quit the platform or worse. And it's sad. I've had to grow a thick skin, and fortunately, I think it made me into a perfect streamer. Like honestly, you know, there's some silver lining to it. It made me grow like a titanium skin. But it's still, you know, like it still hurts. You know, but it's just like, I don't know. No, it's just like my laundry basket fell. I really need to do a lot of cleaning in my house. It's really hard though. But I'm working on these little teeny baby steps. And honestly, the more habits I get into that are healthy, like doing Pilates this morning or earlier, and like, you know, just, you know, going for walks, like living healthier, it's in my opinion, like, I think it's more important than having a clean house. But if I do that, it's going to get me in a more healthy mindset, and I'm going to eventually, it's going to be easier for me to clean my house. I haven't done laundry like as a whole, like I've done laundry like sporadically, like just like, but I haven't like done all my laundry in like a year. I do have the Halo Master Chief Collection, and I have all of them installed. It took up like all these games that I've installed. I used up like 900 gigabytes of my terabyte hard drive. Now I do have a second hard drive for like video editing and stuff. I mean, I guess I wouldn't use it for video editing because transferring stuff through USB is like slower. Actually, no, I don't think it's a problem. Yeah, I don't know. Like for like storage for video editing and music production, I have another terabyte hard drive, an external one, solid state. So you know. Also, I could just start deleting some games. I don't think it really gets to that. I think mainly it's Halo. I think Halo's taking up the most space because it's like 5 games. Maybe one day I'll actually have a Nintendo Switch and we can play some Smash. I main as Samus. Another character I want to cosplay as, and I almost feel like there should be a movie for Metroid. I've already actually started. I started writing a fan fiction screenplay of like the true origins of Samus and Ripley, or Ridley. Ridley, not Ripley. That's Alien. Sigourney Weaver. I actually started writing like a concept for a reboot of Metroid. And I feel like Samus should be canonically transgender. And like the reason she started doing so, and she starts to do some like genetic engineering research to like change your body. To like, cause she like is like obsessed with changing her entire bone structure. And as and part of that research, it was like funded by like whatever company, like there's this CEO of a company and he's a human and his name is like Rufus Ridley or something like that. I don't know, but it's Ridley and he's this like conglomerate Elon Musk type, right? And he's like trying to like control the entire world. He like has like secretly like he's the one, his company, like he discovered the Metroids and he's been keeping them under lock and key. And Samus was able to utilize like DNA from the Metroids as part of this research to be able to create mining suits. You know, the suit that she wears that turns into a morph ball. In order to use those, she has to genetically engineer, modify people to be able to curve their spine in a way and collapse their bone structure to fit into a morph ball. And part of that is motivated by her. She wants to change her entire bone structure to be as if she didn't go through male puberty. Right? So you're like adding an additional, and also to be able to get pregnant. Which, in the sequel for Super Metroid, explains how she had, because maybe it didn't work out right. And because in the Super Metroid prologue, she like had a miscarriage. So it makes sense, like it's kind of the same idea, but like it's a different like imagining of it. I think it would be a pretty fucking cool, but then the thing is like, so she's like doing some research and then Ridley is like, or maybe he's like a competing like company or something like that. And he like tries to steal the Metroid. And he kind of does, but like, he injects himself with the like he's wearing the suit himself and then he injects himself with the whatever serum it is and it turns him into this metal dragon thing because he fuses with the suit and then it warps his body because it's like utilizing some kind of like it like I don't know, some kind of deep like identity thing. Like he basically is this like evil metal dragon thing. And it goes from his mind and it turns him into what he really is. And so it's like, but it uses Metroid DNA. But Samus learning from his mistake when he's like trying to steal and he's gonna kill her, and she kind of like disables him momentarily, but then she breaks open the Metroid. She injects the Metroid with the serum and then puts the Metroid on her body and like makes it until it bites her. And so it like filters through the Metroid into her bloodstream, which gives her a more like balanced effect. And so she gains like a lot of endurance, a lot, like she doesn't really need to eat anymore. She doesn't have to like urinate. Like her body utilizes like 100% of her resources. Like something like, because you have to explain like, how does she fucking go poop? in a Samus suit, you know, like. So like, I mean, it would explain a lot of things, like how does she eat? How does she like? Maybe she doesn't need to anymore, because she got like, because she like created this serum, and then like if it's super concentrated, like directly injected, it like it goes too far. But like she injected it into a Metroid and then had the Metroid bite her, or something. I don't know. I thought it was a cool idea. I really enjoyed that concept. Obviously, Metroid is owned by Nintendo, so it's like you can't make it, really. How was the workout? It was great. You missed it. It's on the previous... I mean, I ended the stream and restarted it, but... I'm kind of just hanging out right now. Vector Man. You remember that on Sega Genesis? Vector Man? I remember that was a big deal when it came out. And I never beat it. My friend did, but it was like too late or whatever. He beat it, and it actually has like a phone number you can call. Back when they did shit like this in video games. Obviously, you know, they don't really do this shit anymore because of the internet. But back when they used to make like Sega Genesis games, they had like if you beat it, like on hard mode or whatever, it would give you a phone number to call so you could like win like a prize. And obviously it's not like after a certain time that was very limited. It was a rental game. It's one of the games that you don't really play, you don't really buy. It was a Sega Genesis game that you kind of just rented. And you like beat over the weekend or something. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna head out. I had a really good workout, and I think the stream was really good. I enjoyed talking to people. I apologize I'm leaving right as you can hear Queen Medusa, but I will be here next time to do more workout and possibly gaming. You know, I usually do gaming off stream nowadays because it's a lot more relaxing and I can focus more. Like I've been playing League of Legends. I was playing some Counter-Strike Go, and it's just like, and Smite. Honestly, sometimes I just do gameplay only and no webcam or mic. But I don't know. I don't really think it's very useful to stream too often. And if I do, it's kind of like, you know, motivating me to like work out and stuff like that. Like, you know, and also just like hanging out with you guys and chatting. So anyway, see ya.